What's up with you? What's up with you?
One time.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
Habari za asubuhi?
Who's it?
That's just the people. Your father's going to be on here soon.
Who's that calling?
Oh, it is calling. So today, it's a beautiful day. I'm just out early in the morning. Hold on.
What?
Odi, asante shikamo. Nomba miogo. Sana. Ya moto. Moto. Yeah. What? I'm not sure. We're getting fresh miogo in the morning. I just woke up. If I look like a mess.
I'm recording even you.
You want to record even me? Okay, man. I'm with the youngster. Just got off the phone with my Congolese friend Diedune. And yeah, I think today I'm gonna make. Yeah. Let's go out of the way. You have no fear. And I thought today I'd make a video called The Do's and Don'ts of Being in Tanzania. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's actually the next day. Yesterday it just... but yeah, I have my note card with me. And we're just gonna talk about the do's and don'ts of being in Tanzania. So let's start with the don't. Number one, don't stand out too much. Now this one, how do I put it? Of course, you're coming to a different place and you don't want to look at too touristy. So I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. But number two, do wear local clothes. By this I mean don't be afraid to wear some kitenge, which I know I just said don't stand out, but I think this is standing out in a good way. So yeah. Okay, I'm back. I did some mandazi. So the next one on the list is don't accept first price. I think this one's a big one. Of course, there is a bargaining system in place in a lot of places here. So when you do go out to the shops, local or in the city, you do have to negotiate sometimes for a good price. So the way I see it, and the way I've been told even, is just if they say 30,000, say 15,000. See where they go from there and then gauge it, right? Just cut it in half and work your way through. Also a good note is that if they start bagging it for you and wrapping it up really nicely and sort of making these extra services, you know you've paid too much. So yes, don't overpay, negotiate unless you want to, right? Next on the list. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, my writing. Number 4, I believe, is don't be offended if the locals think you're Tanzania. This is for the diaspora that are coming. You know, we do sometimes look very similar to the locals, but it shouldn't be an offensive, or there shouldn't be offense taken when one of them, you know, comes up to you and starts speaking in Swahili, and it's like da 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 da, as if you know what they're saying, right? I even get this a lot, and you know what? I don't know. This happened to me while I was in Arusha, and somebody apologized for it. I said, "Why are you apologizing?" He said, "Well, I didn't know if you were offended. I thought you were Tanzanian." I said, "Why would I be offended?" So, if somebody's having that issue, then that means somebody was offended when he told them that. So, don't be offended. Next on the list is do learn some Swahili. At least the basics, you know, mambo, hello, poa, hello, right? Mambo, poa. To elders, shikamo, shikamo, marahaba, hujambo. Or if you're the elder and somebody responds or greets you with shikamo, you would say marahaba. Or if you're feeling extra fancy, hujambo. Marhaba, hujambo. And they would say si jambo. At least learn the basics. I mean, you are in a new country and, you know, you're surrounded by your brothers and sisters. You know, learn the language as best you can and definitely learn the basics. You know, hello, goodbye, thank you, asante, asante sana. You know, learn these simple phrases so that you can communicate in a slightly more efficient way. Because I mean, hand signs and you know this it works here. The people are kind and they will help you, even if they don't understand you. But it still shows a good faith if you learn the language. Good intention. I don't know. Good something if you learn the language. Next on the list is, sorry I'm looking down a lot, this note card's here. I'm using my new tripod, hey! Now this one's a bit, yeah. The next one is, don't walk at night. Even though I do this a lot, almost every night actually, you know, I was actually speaking with my Congolese friend, Diedune, while coming up with ideas for this list, and yeah, one of them came up, which is do not walk at night for obvious reasons, but typically because you don't know the area. If you're just coming, you don't know the area, you don't know the issues in that area or anything like that. Not to say there are, but you know what? It's the same in the U.S. You don't want to walk at night in certain areas. Europe, you don't want to walk at night in certain areas. The UK, you don't want to walk at night in certain areas. So just take that advice from there and, you know, follow it here as well. Don't walk at night. Again, I do it, but it's only in certain areas. It's in the neighborhood. It's in many neighborhoods that I already know about. And if I'm not, you know, in an area that I know, I'm just aware of my surroundings. So definitely be cautious, but you typically have nothing to worry about in terms of walking at night here. At least nothing I've come across. That's just me. But yeah, don't walk at night. Next one is do your own research, or just do your research in general before coming, while here, and you know, when you're planning things. So when you're planning to do a business here, do your research. Don't just take people's word for it, because my experience may not be the same as your experience. You know, I think mindset is also big in this one. So you know how you learn and you know how to research. Do your research before coming. You don't want to be in a situation where you thought something was some way because of one or two opinions that you saw on the internet. So, you know, take a lot of opinions, take a lot of experiences, and then combine them. You know, ask this person, this person, this person, and then another person as well. You know, you don't want to be unsure. So do a lot of research and you should be okay. Or go with the flow. I mean, it really does go both ways. If you can do it, do your research, and if you're not in a position to do your own research, go with the flow and trust in what you know. Okay. The next one is don't ignore your neighbors. So let's say you've come here, you've moved into a beautiful neighborhood, and you have a gate, and there's another family with a gate next to you. Do not ignore them. Go talk to your neighbors. You know, they might be shy and look like they don't want to speak with you, but they really probably do, right? You're new, you're in the area. They want to know who you are, what are you doing. Maybe it's a little too personal, but you know, it's not with a bad intention most times, right? I think in the US, I can speak for the US, but I know it's a Western phenomenon in general, and that's that we are secluded to our own houses, so, or apartments. So when you move to a place, you don't typically, you know, some people, right? You don't typically go and, you know, hang out in your neighbor's house and talk to them and sit in their backyard. You don't do that. You know, you live with your family in your house, and it's not too uncommon to never speak to your neighbors, right? That's not normal here. So you have to consider what is normal here and just go and do that, right? Talk to your neighbors. They're nice people, I can already tell you. Next. Yeah, and just a little note I wrote on that is you have to be social here. You have to. There's no way around it. Be social. Go out there and do your thing, but be social. Next is don't be afraid to go to the local areas. You know, I know we see a lot of interesting things on the news about local areas in many African countries, but honestly speaking, I haven't run across 95% of the things that I would see on those media outlets. You know, don't be afraid to just get out one day and go walking until you get into an area where it's like, oh wow, this is drastically different than what I'm used to seeing. Because when you do that, you show your brothers and sisters here that you're willing to learn and willing to grow and willing to come to where they are, right? Yeah, just don't be afraid to get out there and explore the local areas. If you have a local friend here, which you should, that should be a do, get a local friend. But if you have that local friend, you know, say, hey, take me to, you know, some area so I can see, you know, how my other brothers and sisters are living. And you'll really get a perspective on the other side of it, right? You don't have to be in Misaki and all these nice areas only, right? I understand it is a little bit of a fear for some people to get out there and go to a neighborhood they don't know, good or bad neighborhood, right? Or high-end or low-end neighborhood, I should say. But, you know, we have to. Sometimes you just have to see, somebody's outside, but sometimes you just have to see the rest of where you are, right? You've come to a new place, explore all of it. Oh, and the last one is do be aware of your surroundings. I think this is probably the most universal tip for traveling in general. You're in a new place. I've said this so many times. You're in a new place. You should be aware of who and what is around you, right? Don't be scared or ready, as they say, but definitely be aware of your surroundings. You can avoid a lot of bad situations if you just look at somebody and say, you know, this person seems like they might be having a bad day. Or if you just look over there and say, maybe this road isn't the best one to go down today. Or if you know, just the micro details in the world around us can tell us everything we need to know about a situation, or the majority, right? And it all goes into that gut feeling sort of thing, which is really just looking at those small details sometimes. So, yeah, that's just some do's and don'ts of being or moving to Tanzania. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We just hit 7,000 subscribers 4 days after we hit 6,000 subscribers, so I'm very happy to see the channel growing. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and have a peaceful and blessed day. Peace. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just cut it.